Welcome to Stories with Dice. This is the Sword Campaign, a Pendragon actual play podcast using the 6th edition starter set from Chaosium. If you're enjoying our actual plays, please subscribe to Stories with Dice so you'll never miss an episode. Don't forget to rate and review us. It really helps others discover the podcast. Follow us on social media to stay updated, share your thoughts, and join the conversation. You'll find the relevant links in the description of each episode. Last time on the Sword Campaign, the Battle of Carlion reached its bloody conclusion. King Lot and his northern allies retreated in defeat, while our Salisbury Knights triumphed over the Saxon Oswulf, once known to them as Sir Owen, and rescued Count Robert. King Arthur emerged alive from the fray, thanks to Merlin's intervention. However, the battle came at a cost. Sir Histolwyn suffered a major wound and now rests under the skilled care of King Leo de Grance's healers. As the fires of war fade to embers, the winter phase begins. The year is slowly coming to a close, but our story continues. And we're back with the Sword Campaign, episode 6. Once again, I'm joined by Ed, playing Sir Ian.
Good day, sir.
And Pete, playing Sir Histolwyn.
Hi.
And Tony, playing Sir Caradoc. Hello. So you've all returned back to Sarum as household knights of Count Robert for the remainder of the year. 2 of you are probably taking it very easy and recovering, and you've got attendants who are helping you and cleaning your bandages and tending to your every need, giving you food and water and bathing you and everything else. So we're going to do personal events. So who rolled 12? Was that Pete?
That was me, yeah.
Okay, so you rolled a 12. So trusting is your personal event. So let's do that one first.
Oh, that's cool. I'm just looking through the book now, and I can see there's a whole list of different things you can pick from. Okay. Or you've rolled from.
Make an unopposed roll against that trait. The trusting
that's
trait.
clever.
Yeah, I've got a 14.
You got a push, so you failed. Okay. So now roll the opposite trait.
Pass.
And that was suspicious. Yes? Okay. You have accused someone in Count Robert's court, and you can decide what this is, of some rumor that's been going around. And they deny the accusation and demand a duel, which is horrible for you because you're convalescing.
Need a second.
Do you need a second?
You mean an undertaker? In this case.
What is it that you're accusing this other person in Robert's court of?
Right, yeah, probably besmirching my name over the fact that I fell in the Battle of Carlion.
So you've accused them of besmirching your name, and so this individual denies the accusation and demands a duel. So do you want to fight this duel, or do you want to ask Sir Ian to be your champion?
No, I'm proud. I'm going to fight the duel. Yeah, there's no way I'm going to
make a melee weapon skill roll.
I love a death in the winter phase.
Do I get anything for my passions at all?
Yeah, if you want to roll a passion, you can.
Just trying to see if I've got one that's useful. I don't get any benefit.
No, you have a success. So you have won the duel. Gain glory equal to twice their weapon skill. So you gain 38 glory.
Oh, nice.
And Count Robert jails the individual.
Yeah, I should think so.
Sir Ian, what did you roll?
I rolled an 8. I think that's modest or proud, I think.
It is modest or proud. That is correct.
I mean, I passed.
You have passed.
Yes.
Okay, so at one of the feasts during the year, people are, they're speaking well of you when you were tasked with finding Count Robert, and then how you acquitted yourself on the battlefield. And so you allow your peers to sit closer to the Lord's table and be served first during.
Excellent. So I don't boast as much. I just kind of like take a step back. That sounds cool.
And if the trait isn't already checked, you can check it.
It's rechecked.
Yep. And the same goes for you, Pete.
Which one's that?
What was your trusting or your suspicious, whichever suspicious.
Right, yeah. So I'm more suspicious now.
Okay. Now, Tony, let's give us a roll,
Yeah.
or if you haven't
Yeah,
already.
I got a 10
So spiritual, yeah. So roll your spiritual trait.
and got it.
Okay, success. So a chaplain cited your exemplary conduct as an example of piousness in one of their sermons at the cathedral in Sarum.
I guess, because this was my first battle, right? I was invested.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
So I think this brought me closer to my Lord. I mean, to Jesus, I guess. And, I think I've been praying quite a bit during winter and trying to, be thankful for surviving this first battle and see the horrors of war. And a way brought me closer to my spiritual side. So I probably have been more going to the cathedral lately because of this.
Yeah, that makes sense. That absolutely makes sense. So now we go to the experience roll. You spend some of this time reflecting on what, the year that's gone by, what you've learned from not only your successes, but from your failures as well. So all the skills, the traits, and the passions that have been checked, the procedure to increase any of these is the same. So you would roll 1d20 once for each of those experience checks. And if the number rolled is greater than the current value, then you've learned from the experience and you can add 1 point to that value.
Okay. I'm gonna push the experience rolls tab and see what happens. So I improve my intrigue, my charge, my sword. I don't improve my horsemanship, my awareness. My indulgent is improved, but my valorous isn't. Reckless isn't. Energetic is. Modest is improved. Cruel is improved. Chaste is no improvement. My passion for Count Robert is also not improved.
So yeah, it looks like it worked. Okay, so everyone can just on the winter tab of your sheet, just click on the experience rolls and have at it.
Yes. Cool. You get to see it. Oh, nice.
Get that. So Sir Histolwyn, your charge has improved, your horsemanship has improved, your intrigue has improved, your sword skill has improved. No improvement on lustful. Nothing on indulgence. Yeah. Nothing on valorous, and no improvement on your honor passion. So Caradoc.
Yeah, I improve my recognize. Interesting, because I recognize these 2 knights. My sword, so it went to 12. My spiritual part, okay, all this praying was good. And my hate for Saxons, which it makes sense also, I mean, with the battle that we had. So pretty nice.
Excellent.
That's really cool. Nice. It's nice that you just hit 1 tab for that. Thank you, whoever created it.
So because you're household knights, we don't have to deal with your economic circumstances because your liege lord pays for everything for you. So, and every year he gives you fresh horses. If you need them, he gives you new clothes, fresh armor, all of those things. Aging and old age, that only starts when you're 35, and none of you are 35. So you should have all aged up 1 year. Also age your squires as well. So everyone roll your squire skill. Anyone who succeeds, you can raise your squire's skill by 1 point.
There's a skill, so it goes from 15 to 16. It's just a shame my squire is never around.
It's funny, I'm the one who has the lowest skill on the squire.
He's the one who has something to prove.
Now we're going to go on to the horse survival. Roll a d20 for me for each of your horses.
I succeed. I mean, a 9. I don't know if I succeed.
You have a 9. Okay. Your horse has recovered from his injuries. He is healthy.
Nice.
I don't want to play this game.
I will have to name my horse.
Yeah.
No, never name your horse.
Why not?
Well, that's like going, oh, look, I'm going to the trenches and here's a picture of my soon-to-be wife. Just, we just don that red shirt right now.
I wanted to call it Rocinante. I'm so sad.
Sir Histolwyn, give me a d20. Your horse has also survived. Sir Ian?
My horse is about to be turned into lunch meat. I guarantee you. No, I can't. I've got a 6.
Your horse has succeeded, and the GM will not eat your horse for dinner.
It's good, man.
So now also during this time, you would be training and practicing, spending some of your time training and practicing. So you can select any one of the following improvements. You can change a personality trait. You can add 1 point to a trait, decreasing its opposite by the same amount. You cannot give a critical bonus to a trait or increase an existing critical bonus through training and practice. So you can add 1 point to any trait and then decrease the opposite value. The other option is you can change it. You can change a passion. You can add or subtract 1 point from any passion. You can change a characteristic. You can add one. You can add 1 point to strength, dex, con, or appeal.
If you click the button, add a single point to a stat, it brings up a long list and you can pick one.
I'm going to do a strength there. Okay. Caradoc increase his strength.
And you can only increase size if you increase size this way, you can only increase it in accordance with the getting fat rule. So keep that in mind if you want to increase your size.
You know what? I think I'm probably going to increase my modest. There we go.
You can also choose to train skills up to 15 or up to 20.
Skills.
You can do one or the other. The player may select one of the following. So change your personality, change your passion, change a characteristic, train a skill. So you can either train a skill or add a stat. So
so how many points can you put into training, did you say, totally?
So you can add 6 points to any skill that's under 15 in any combination. All the points may be added to one skill or divided between several skills, as long as the values are not raised over 15. You can raise one skill that is over 15 by 1 point up to a maximum of a value of 20. So those are your skill options. Write this down so that you can add this all up. So you each get 25 glory for the bandits. You each get 100 glory for being at Arthur's coronation. You each get 30 glory for participating in the Battle of Carlion. And then you would get additional glory. You get 50 glory for the Knights of Lothian, 25 glory for the Saxon warriors.
And 1,000 for saving Count Robert, I'm sure.
easily.
Easily.
And 1,000 for saving Count Robert, yes.
What? I like that.
No. 500. I'm sorry.
500.
To divide or each?
Each.
Nice.
Well done, guys.
Yeah. You're welcome, Pete.
Well, I don't get that.
We did kind of like
you had
think him up.
Yeah, we shared the arrows, and you took most of them.
Yeah. So Hesselwyn was our shield.
Yes.
So for every 1,000 points of glory that you have, you receive a prestige reward. So if you're looking at the book, it's on page 233.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
you have 2 rewards. And Sir Caradoc, it looks like you have 2 rewards as well. Sir Hesselwyn, I think you probably have 2. Yep. So you have 2 as well. So you can raise any statistic by 1 point. No restrictions apply to this increase. No penalties pertain. And it may increase the critical bonus for skills over 20. Be sure to refigure your derived characteristics if they apply. You can lower the value of a passion by a point if you want. To guarantee that an heir is conceived and born healthy and of the gender that you prefer, you can use your point to do that. You can use your point to guarantee for any other child born to a player knight either the conception, health, gender desired by the players.
Oh, that is very sweet.
So I'm going to go up 1 in size and 1 in strength.
Okay. I'm going to click on Prestige Rewards and see if it gives it to me. Ah, it does.
It does?
Nice. Click on Prestige Reward and it comes up with all the stuff you want.
Nice.
Sir Hesselwyn, during this time, a commoner comes to Count Robert's court with a daughter who looks to be maybe 7 months pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
And he petitions Count Robert to have you marry her because he believes that you are the father of this child. And he comes from St. Albans.
Awkward.
And if this were a film, there'd be like a little flashback moment where you're like dressing hurriedly, coming out of that house as you're going to the tournament the night after the feast.
I'll definitely look closely and see if I recognize her.
But you recognize her, all right.
All right.
What do you do? Are you going to accept that you're the father, or are you going to deny that it ever happened?
I'm honest, so if I will admit there is a possibility.
A possibility, says Count Robert.
Well, I can't speak to the ongoing honor of the young lady.
Her father says, "My lord, I will not stand here and have my daughter be insulted by a knight of your court. If I must, I will take this to King Arthur himself."
Sorry, my friend, I meant no insult by it. I was purely questioning the truth.
And the young girl says, "My lord, I was a virgin up until that night, as God is my witness."
And you have lain with no other?
"No, sir. What do you take me for?"
I'm afraid I don't know you that well, so I could not be the judge. However, I shall take your word on this.
"So are you agreeing to marry the girl?"
I will look to my liege lord as to decide what should happen.
He takes you aside and he says, You are a knight of my court, Sir Histowin. I know your people do things a little differently, but we are Christian here, and I cannot have a dishonor besmirch my court. If there is even a chance that you are the father, you must marry this girl."
If that is the tradition of your court, sire, I will abide by it.
"Very good. We shall have a fine wedding." And he slaps you on the shoulder, and he's like, "It's not the end of the world, Sir Histowin. She is a fine-looking girl, though it is unfortunate that she is a common."
Yeah. But the advantage, sire, is that we already know of her fertility.
Yes, we do. So you have a fine wedding. Count Robert foots the bill. It's a beautiful wedding in the cathedral at Sarum. Your companions are there. Even King Arthur shows up. It's a wonderful, wonderful ceremony. Now let's find out what happens at childbirth.
The joys of this game.
She has twins, 2 identical boys.
Your life's about to change.
Yes, your life is about to change. Sir Histowin is now a father to 2 twin boys.
Indeed, very fertile. It shows well, my lord.
Sir Caradoc, during this time, if you want to look for a wife, we can certainly...
I would probably ask Count Robert. I think Sir Caradoc, after the Battle of Carlion, will say, I will go to him and say, "I want to continue serving my liege, and if marrying a good maiden that can help you on your claims, I will happily do so."
"I know just the woman for you." And he introduces you to one of the ladies of the court, a lady in waiting. Give me a flirting roll. That's a skill, yeah.
Yeah, 11. 5. Success.
So you've spent several months wooing this lady. We'll come up with the name and family history and everything else in between sessions. And let's say we have a double wedding. Sir Caradoc and this lady in waiting, and Sir Histowin and his beautiful but poor commoner wife. Sir Ian, is there anyone, do you want to also?
No
marriage for Sir Ian? Okay. Yeah, so
No.
Count Robert, tries to introduce you to several available women, and you're like, nope, no thanks, nope.
No. Give me another good 3 or 4 years, maybe. But
Okay.
But I shouldn't be in the same situation as Sir Histowin because I keep it in my pants.
You are a good chaste Christian.
Well, yeah, yes.
In that respect, anyway.
Yeah.
So now, it's winter, you need to be warm at night, and then we'll go battling again.
I've got Felix.
And to go battling. No, just kidding.
So, shall we start the beginning of the next adventure, or shall we save that for the next episode?
Do you want to lay us a nice little kind of idea of what's going to happen so we can kind of whet our appetite? And I suppose for everyone listening can whet their appetite for the next part. So that's it. We've done the first part of the adventure, right?
Yep. You've done the first
Cool.
adventure. Yeah.
Nice.
So now this would be the second one in the starter set. So
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah, so let me wet your whistle here. In our cinema of the imagination, the lights dim, and a title card fades into view on the screen, displaying the following text. Pentecost, 511 A.D. Arthur, the boy king, has summoned a council of lords and knights from across Logris to Carlion to confront the mounting challenges to his young and fragile reign. Meanwhile, at the behest of Arthur and the archdruid Merlin, his trusted counselor, 3 Salisbury Knights embark on an urgent mission to foreign courts. Their charge? To secure military aid against King Lot, whose forces, even now, march south. The camera fades to black and then fades in on a sunrise over the ancient Roman fortress of Carlion, its golden light breaking over weathered stone walls and spilling into the bustling courtyard. Lords and knights from Logris stir beneath the banners of every hue, their retainers moving swiftly among them. And in the distance, we see our 3 Salisbury Knights, Sir Ian, Sir Caradoc, Sir Histolwyn, and their squires on horseback, swiftly riding away from Carlion. So, King Arthur has asked you all to memorize a message and deliver it to King Nim of Galvoy, King Leodegrance of Cameliard, and Count Sanam of Bedegraine, or their most trusted men. You are to return swiftly with their answers. Arthur's army marches to Lambor in 3 weeks' time. If you fail to deliver these messages before then, he may not have the numbers he needs to beat Lot's forces. And Merlin has warned you that the Cambria's hill tribes are hostile and that King Lot's scouts are patrolling all the roads ahead of his advance. So your best chance lies in following the rivers. So you cross into Glevum and make camp for the night. The druid's words echo in your minds. Beware the eyes that watch and the ears that listen, for shadows are ever near and the way is perilous. And the night passes quietly, and at daybreak you ride north through Tewkesbury, following the river Severn beyond the borders of Logris and into the kingdom of Galvoy, where a patrol of knights meets you at the edge of their territory, their armor glinting in the early morning sun. And the leader of this group of knights, he's broad-shouldered and his face is scarred from many battles and many winters, raises a hand in greeting and he says, "We are to escort you through our lands to King Nim at the castle of Salt." Now, you also have gifts. So King Arthur has asked you to deliver a message, and that message, by the way, is, "My good sir, we have knowledge that King Lot and his allies march to attack us. If you would prove your loyalty, then prepare to meet us at Lambor, from whence we march north to face them in battle." Now, he told you to memorize it because he didn't want it written down. So you have the message to deliver to these lords. You also have gifts for each of them. So your squires are to remain in the inner bailey with your horses, and the guards take you to the Great Hall, and you come before King Nim, and he's this runty little man. He's got a great golden crown on his head, and he squints down at you from his throne, and he strokes his billy goat beard. "Why are you here? Speak up."
Message from Arthur.
"This boy king of yours, does he want to take my land away from me?"
No, sire.
"All right, give me your message. What is it? Give me a courtesy roll, by the way. Whoever's going to give the message."
I'll defer to Sir Ian, being the senior knight amongst us now.
"My lord, the message is, good sir, there is knowledge that King Lot and his allies march to attack us. If you would prove your loyalty, then prepare to meet us at Lambor, from whence we march north to face them in battle."
And then I imagine you also present him with the gift.
Yes, I forget about the gift and kind of like grab the gift and kind of like, "May I?" And I pass it to whoever is
Okay, yep.
person would take it from.
Give me a courtesy roll, please.
Courtesy. Where is courtesy? Is passion, isn't it?
No, it's a skill.
Skill. Sorry, skill. Yes, I'm actually quite good at this. Not today. Fair.
Tell your king that this gift is a good start, but I expect more riches and more distinguished messengers to bring them to me before I lead my mighty army outside my borders. My men will see you back to the kingdom of Logris.
Well, I prepare myself to sort of ask them if we can be let out to the north instead of to the south.
Your kingdom is in the south. Why would you go north?
We have to go elsewhere as well. We have other things to request.
Ah, I see. And he snaps his fingers, and the men that escorted you in, they leave the hall. Moments later, they come back dragging Felix, and Felix has got the other gifts for the other lords, and they present those gifts to King Nim as well. And he says, I shall keep these gifts as well. None of those lords up there would accept such paltry gifts anyway. They are more likely to feel insulted. So I have done you all a favor. Leave me now. And so his men escort you out of the great hall.
Well, that's a great start.
We failed miserably.
So the guards don't actually take you all the way south again. They're a bit lazy, and they just point you toward the way to go. And then they make camp because they're going to make it look like they've escorted you, right? So they're just like hanging out in the woods where they are. So
makes sense. We'll kind of like go a little way and then scout around them to the north.
Yes, exactly. So now you're pushing on. You each need to decide of these three skills which ones you're going to roll. So I need someone to roll awareness, someone to roll folklore, and someone to roll hunting.
My best is hunting, which is only 8.
You can use passions if you want to at this point.
I am equally rubbish at all of them.
Better at awareness.
Guess I'm gonna go with folklore.
And remember, you can roll a passion to try to get a bonus.
I'm gonna roll for loyalty king. We need to help. Very disappointed that we didn't manage. I failed thinking about Arthur. And I will roll awareness then.
Okay.
And I will succeed.
Okay, very good. So Sir Histowin, you get a +5 to the roll if you're going to do, which it's either hunting or folklore.
Hunting, yeah.
Hunting has succeeded.
Nothing for me.
Sir Ian has failed.
Folklore is not strong.
Okay, so Sir Ian, since you failed that roll, give me a 1d3 +1 roll, please.
That'll be a 2.
2, okay. So after 2 days of travel through the Ardennes forest, you believe you've made some decent time along the backcountry paths and the trails, and you think that you're reasonably close to the borders of Cameliard. You make camp for the night in a glade in the woods. There's only a sliver of a moon, so it's fairly dark out. Each of you make an energetic roll.
Not good for me because I'm lazy.
I succeed with a critical
Pass.
Only Celestial Wind fails.
So, Caradoc, you are on watch this evening. Sir Ian, you are having trouble sleeping. So even though you're not on watch, you're in your tent tossing and turning. You're still pissed at King Nim who screwed you over. Maybe you're annoyed with Felix who sort of gave the rest of the gifts away. He didn't even try to hide them. So Caradoc, you can see in that sliver of moonlight people creeping through the dark forest. They have blue paint spirals all over their bodies. Sir Ian, you hear the footfalls in the woods. You realize you're not alone.